This one. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I'd like to invite the speaker, Dr. V. Vani, who will talk about post-harvest handling and preservation of jamun. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Um, Thank you, Rajni Madam. Uh, I am Dr. Vani, working as Professor in Food Science and Nutrition in Center for Post-Harvest Technology, Agricultural College and Research Institute, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University in Coimbatore. Um, Here I am glad to present on a topic on post-harvest handling and preservation of jamun. So jamun is a very nutritious summer fruit that has a wide range of health benefits. The fruit is commonly called as Indian blackberry, Java plum, or black plum. So the fruit is small, oblong, and transitions from green to deep purple upon ripening. So its flesh is pink to white, juicy, and mildly astringent with seeds. So there are two types of jamuns. One variety is the white flesh jamun, while the other is the purple flesh variety. The white flesh jamun comes with a higher amount of pectin, and the purple flesh variety has a lower amount. So here the pectin is a substance which acts as a thickening agent when preparing jellies and jams. So globally, the jamun production is estimated at approximately 13.5 million tons, with Indian contributing 15.4% of this output. So within India, Maharashtra stands as a leading producer. The state has earned GI tags for Bahadoli Jamun, so which is from Palghar, and Badalpur Jamun from Thane. So it stands for thick skin, dense flesh, and long shelf life. So the jamun fruits are harvested during the May to July months, which lasting roughly 30 to 40 days. So when coming to the nutrition and health benefits of the jamun, so jamun also known as black plum, which provides powerful health perks, which including blood sugar regulation, improved digestion, and high antioxidant levels. So here, per 100 grams of jamun, which contains 60 to 62 kilocalories of calories and 14 grams of carbohydrate, and it gives zero point 0.5 to 1.6 grams of dietary fiber, and also contain vitamin C, iron, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. So almost every part of the jamun tree is used. So here, a tree made of tender leaves and its extracts used in South America for curing the stomach disorders. The powdered seeds are also very useful for the cure of diabetes. The seed powder of jamun reduces the quantity of sugar in the urine very quickly and permanently. Jamun seeds can be used as a concentrate for animals because it is rich in protein, carbohydrate, and calcium. So the vinegar prepared from juice extract from the slightly ripe fruits, which acts as a stomachic, carbonative, and diuretic. So apart from having cooling and digestive properties. So the commercial importance of jamun is it is very tasty and contains pleasant flavor. So it is most used for dessert purpose. So it is usually eaten with salt because of acidic taste and spicy flavor. So it can be eaten fresh and can be used for making of delicious beverages, jellies, jams, squash, wine, vinegar, and pickles. So jamun squash is a very refreshing drink in summer season. A little quantity of fruit syrup is very useful for curing diarrhea. So a mixture of jamun juice and mango juice in equal quantity is very useful for quenching thirst. So the jamun is used for preparation of wine, in particularly in Goa. So the commercial varieties, so uh, which released in different states of agricultural university. So the state-wise distribution of varieties which reflects local climate conditions and market preferences. So Bihar, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and Uttarakhand each have their preferred varieties based on decades of cultivation experiences. So for jamun, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Assam, and Rajasthan are the major growing states, with each region adapting varieties to local condition. So there are many popular varieties of jamun, which includes raw jamun, so which is Raja jamun. So which is Raja means it is king. Uh, in the jamun varieties. The variety ripens during June to July and is very common in both rural and urban markets. Because of its sweet taste and juicy flesh, make its preferred choice for fresh consumption. Small stone size with edible pulp per fruit, making it commercially attractive. So the another variety, popular variety of jamun is Katta jamun, that is a small sized jamun. So it produces smaller fruits with a distinctly acidic taste. While this taste have the disadvantage for fresh consumption, so it makes it valuable for processing applications. So the tartness adds complexity to jamun-based beverages, vinegars, and traditional medicines. So the commercial jamun varieties, so which are hybrid and improved varieties, are Narendra Jamun 6 from Narendra Dev University of Agriculture and Technology in Faizabad. Rajendra Jamun 1 they released from Bihar Agricultural University. Konkan Bardoli from Regional Fruit Research Station in Bengaluru, Maharashtra, and Goma Priyanka from Godra in Gujarat, and CISH J42 developed by the Central Institute for Subtropical Horticulture in Lucknow, so which bears seedless fruits potentially for so because it's have very large seed, which has always have very good consumer preference. So the jamun plants, the seedlings, which starts bearing after 8 to 10 years of planting, while grafted once it bears after 6 to 7 years. So the fruit ripens in the month of June to July. The main characteristics of ripe fruit at full size is deep purple or black color. So the fruit should be picked immediately when it is ripe, because it cannot be retained on the tree in ripe stage. Because of these fruits comes under the non-tropical fruits, um, non-climatic fruits. So the ripe fruits are hand-picked singly or by climbing the tree with bags slung on the shoulders. So the care should be taken to avoid all possible damage to fruits. Here the fruit harvesters are typically referred to either a mechanical, so which is tractor operated tree shaker, which is used for bulk orchard harvesting, or a manual telescopic fruit picker pole with a basket for backyard trees. So commercial shakers use controlled vibration to drop ripe fruit onto ground sheets, which reducing labor cost significantly. So these are the jamun harvesters. which reduces the labor cost, and this tractor mountain fruit shaking machine helps for bulk harvesting in the orchards, and a manual telescopic fruit picker pole with a basket, which is very helpful for backyard trees. So the next in the handling practices. So after harvesting, the jamun may be taken to the other steps that we have to adapt. So here the because of its perishability and short shelf life of only 3 to 4 days at room temperature. So the fruits immediately after harvesting pre-cooled and packed in polyethylene bags, which can be stored well up to 3 weeks at low temperature of 8 to 10 degrees centigrade and 85 to 90% relative humidity. So the fruits is packed and sent to the market almost daily. For marketing, well ripe and healthy fruits are selected. The damaged, diseased, and unripe fruits are discarded. So these selected fruits are then carefully packed in wooden baskets and sent to the local markets. So the proper harvesting, careful handling, cold storage at 3 degrees centigrade to 7 degrees centigrade in low density polyethylene packaging, and processing into value added products like jam, juice, and dried strips are essential to minimize the 20% to 30% post harvest losses. So when to reduce the post harvest losses, there is another way to uh, uh, there is another way which can be uh, convert the raw material into the value addition. So there is an integrated processing of jamun, where the matured ripe fruits of the jamun, after immediately harvesting, that may be washed and cleaned thoroughly, so which is further used for the juice extraction. So this juice extraction, after extracting the juice by using either the machines like basket press or a hydraulic press, so this the juice may be separated, and which may be further used for the making of the products like nectar or ready to serve beverages, squash and syrups. So then the pomace, which includes seeds and peel. So the pomace can be further processed into uh, adapting drying method. So the dried pomace then make into powder and tablets form. So the another form is the residues, which includes seeds and some parts of the peel maybe, further used for powder or tablet by processing by adapting the drying technology. So the final pomace extract may be used for making of the products. So here, jamun juice, naturally that extracted by the from the uh, using machines. Here, to grate that the pulp, so we can use the grating machine, and afterwards we will heat the pulp at 60 degrees centigrade. Then passing through the basket press, and here it's we'll collect the juice separately and the pomace. So the some parts of the seed and skin may be separated, and then it may be further that we can use it to dehydrate and dry powder form. And after heating the juice at the 85 degrees centigrade, immediately you have to cool, and adding the preservative like sodium benzoate and packing and stored at the uh, refrigeration temperatures. So these are the grating machines for jamun and basket press. and the so after extracting the juice further, it may be used as a raw material by converting into the nectars and squashes and jams, etc. So the another form of the uh, jamun, so that may be pulp the pulp or the juice may be convert into the fine powder, so which can be used as a colorant, or which can be mixed along with the other fruits, or we can um, use in the formulation of the ready to instant beverages. So it is a raw material further that we can also use in the ice cream industries. So here for making of such kind of the powders, here the technology that we are using is spray drying method. Here it is very sensitive, and foods which are dried to make a um, free flow powders, which is highly quality, and which is very beneficial for other food industries like ice cream industries, or we can use it as a natural colorant because it is rich in uh, anthocyanins, and the purple color which dominates, and which can further use as a colorant in many of the uh, products in making ice creams, etc. So the another product is jam. So jam is a product where the pulp, which mixed up with sugar and allow it for the um, is a concentrate which is a thick, and which can be spread on the breads easily. So it is very tasty product, and commercially jams are available in the market is mixed fruit jam. See here the because of the highly radiant colors, and which have antioxidant properties, so which is very beneficial, and have very good health benefits. Uh, so we can make into the value added products like jams and bars, or otherwise we can prepare as a powder, or so making into shots and ice creams, or kulfis. So such products that we can develop from the pulp. So this pulp can also be packed in LDPE and can be stored in the refrigeration conditions. So until usage. So these can be helpful for extending the shelf life because highly perishable nature. So the pulp, which have very good sweet in taste and with the acidic nature, and have very good flavor, so which further making into the uh, value added products which help to increase the shelf life maximum 6 to 1 year period. So in industries also developed based on this raw material, when during the season it is available plenty. So this kind of the products which is uh, with adapting good technologies that we can make into different value added products which fetch more income, and so which creates many more opportunities to the youngsters and entrepreneurs as well. So thank you for giving the opportunity. So now the presentation is open for discussion.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Vani, for the detailed presentation. Now we'll take up some questions. Okay. The first question is, what are the best post-harvest practices to minimize spoilage and maintain the quality of jamun? Hello, Dr. Vani, can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Hello, madam. Its
Yeah,
volume is very low, so that
one.
I couldn't hear
I
able to
will,
hear your questions also.
I will repeat the question. What are the best post-harvest practices to minimize spoilage and maintain the quality of jamun?
Yeah, from the beginning that we had to adapt that the good harvesting practices and the packaging and storage conditions that we had to adapt to improve the shelf life of the jamun.
Okay,
And the next step is the value addition, conversion into the many different value added products, either fresh pulp, either the pulp uh, or making into beverages or powder form.
okay. And what is the ideal harvesting stage to ensure maximum shelf life and nutritional value?
Um, yes, ma'am. Actually, jamun is non-climatic fruit, so the optimum harvesting time is after ripening only that we have to harvest. So, so optimum ripening stage we have to harvest, and immediately you have to pre-cool it, and then you have to store at the lower temperature. So the maximum the temperature 3 degrees centigrade to 7 degrees centigrade of storage conditions will give good shelf life for fresh jamun. And the packing in punnet boxes with good ventilation will gives more shelf life.
Okay. And how
It,
can how can farmers extend the shelf life of fresh jamun during storage and transportation?
uh, yes, madam. Only the thing is packing in LDPEs uh, at the cooled storage conditions until reach to the market. The good packaging and maintaining the storage conditions will help the farmers to reach their raw materials to the market.
Okay. And what are the most profitable value-added products that can be made from jamun?
Uh, So apart from the jam, so we can also convert into the powder. So which is very good demand in the industries, especially the ice cream industry, or as a coloring component. Also, we can use the jamun powder in making other products.
Okay. And which preservation techniques help retain the nutritional and antioxidant properties of jamun?
Um, So usually antioxidant properties in the jam. So mostly that so which contains because of it is rich in anthocyanin while heating at the temperature that is uh, much of the nutrient content may be last while so that may be supplement with other antioxidants that is vitamin C and all. So we can supplement with adding ascorbic acid as a which enrich the jam.
Okay. And what type of packing is more suitable for transporting jamun to distant markets?
Yes, ma'am. Mostly the packing is you have to pack in the punnet boxes, and the unit packs are placed in the cardboard boxes, which have very good ventilation. The so which is helpful to minimize the post harvest losses during the transportation.
Okay. And next question is, how can small farmers set up low-cost jamun processing units for value addition?
Yes, ma'am. They can set up a beverage industry. So at the field level, so a minimum cost of about so the cost about 10 lakhs of rupees, so we spent on the processing units. So we can purchase the machineries like fruit juice extractors or kettles and the other containers and tables, etc., so that these processing unit will help you to convert the raw material into the juices during the season, or any the pulp can also be uh, stored in the cold storages. If you are established cold storage at your field level, so this even it serves available it's available during unseason also, because the jamun can be harvested for only 30 to 40 days during the season, especially the May to July. So that afterwards, so we couldn't get the raw material. So due to that, they during that season that we can convert into the different pulp units or beverage units or dehydration, um, etc., that will serve the purpose, which can be further processed and stored and make it available throughout the year.
Dash. What is the current market demand and export potential for processed jamun products?
Yeah, the online market is more helpful. So that is Amazon and Flipkart. So these are all launching the products, and they are helpful in the food business also. So that either we can sell our products in the hypermarkets, or even the local markets, in the sense the supermarkets. So mostly this type of the products are available in the supermarkets and hypermarkets, so that we can reach these, we can launch, or we can take the products into such type of the marketing, or online marketing also will helpful to the manufacturer uh, uh, to sell their products.
Okay.
Or expo, you can also export the products, so that such as powders, especially powders have very good demand, so that you can export the spray dried powder or freeze dried jamun powders to many countries.
Okay. And based on your research at Horticulture College and Research Institute, which post-harvest technologies have shown best results in reducing losses and improving product quality?
So mostly that the residues which comes through that the application of the pre-harvest practices actually, but the process here that we are heating the pulp, so mostly won't be helpful, and the washing of the outer surface in the vinegar or salt water, that may helpful that they remove certain quantity of the residues which placed on the surface. They exactly so that the pesticides which are applying during the uh, growing period, that may be, if it is high, that may be minimized and within the permissible. So that these steps like washing with salt water and soaking and washing with the salt water and vinegar will help to remove the pesticide residue to certain extent, not completely.
And how can modern technologies such as edible coatings, modified atmosphere packaging, and cold chain systems improve the shelf life and marketability of jamun without compromising its nutritional quality?
Yes, ma'am. You can the edible coatings that will help uh, to protect the nutrients and the loss due to that the physiological loss in weight maybe that may also be reduced and improves its increase its quality and shelf life of the jamun.
Okay. And so we have the last question now. What are the common mistakes farmers and processors make during harvesting, storage, and processing of jamun, and how can they be avoided?
But uh, please repeat the question, madam.
What are the common mistakes farmers and processors make during harvesting,
Yeah.
storage,
So
and processing of jamun, and how can they be
yes.
avoided?
Yeah, so the farmers that will do the common mistakes during the harvest period because they rough handling which causes the more damage. So at the stage of the maturity, so the optimum harvesting time that we have to fix. So during that time that we have to identify that the optimal ripe fruits, so that may be minimize the losses, and immediately you have to pre-cool. So that's taken to the field and you have to pre-cooled, and then we have to immediately store, packed and stored in the uh, storages. So that will help to minimize post harvest losses. So if the farm they adapt all the techniques and the practices while during the supply chain, so they can achieve the uh, so to maintain that the uh, freshness and the until it reaching markets.
Okay. Yes, one second. Um, okay, Dr. Vani, I don't see any more questions. Yeah, I don't see any more questions. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank you for the presentation and answering all the questions in depth. We'll be ending this meeting now. Have a good evening and good day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.